Hi guys, so tonight on Garage Time we're going to talk about oil pumps, but specifically the Autostick oil pump. So I was actually looking for a Woodruff key, had a handful of oil pumps, so I thought I'd do a little quick overview here on the start of the video, but we'll get right into the details on the Autostick one after that. So if Sean zooms down, we have 3 oil pumps sitting on the bench. We have your standard oil pump, which would be like off your 1600cc Volkswagen. This one here is, see the larger gears? Gives you about 25% more flow. So this is a milling oil pump. So it's an aftermarket pump. You can see that it's thicker here on the pump body. Here's the pump cover for it. But this is a cast one. Like I say, larger gears gives you larger flow. So if you're running like an external oil cooler or something, is when you upgrade to this style. And then this last one here, this is a Type 4 style oil pump. It has a similar shape and feel to it like the Autostick one, but the Autostick has the ports. So I already pulled the Autostick one out of the car, or at least the front. The body's still in, and we're going to pull the body out in a second. But what you see here is essentially this plate divides 2 pumps. So these are your oil gear pump on the inside, so your gears for your oil pump there, which are separated by this plate. And the first time you take this plate off, it's quite hard, but you can see it does overhang the face, right? So we put it in a vise and banged on these points. Please don't shove a screwdriver in here and pry it. You'll damage the sealing face. Lots of previous owners and people seem to go through that. It's not the best practice, right? It's only going to cause you grief in the future. So you have an edge to tap on and bang it off. So we've already gone ahead and banged this off. But you can see here, these 2 gears are much smaller. These are your automatic transfer fluid pump. So you see, I'm saying you see here a lot, but you see the metal lines on the exterior or face of this pump housing. That is for these 2 channels, which is my automatic transfer fluid pump. So that's how that's pumped through the tranny. And the back is obviously your gear pump for the oil. And this is one happy pump, which is our one happy gear set, which is all driven by your cam. So obviously the slot goes into the cam. It's turning everything together. Now in taking this apart, the whole reason we did this is ours was leaking like a sieve. So pulled it apart, noticed some wear on our main gear. So, you know, there's a bit of play there. This pump is going to need to be rebuilt. Okay, so our Woodruff key on this main shaft, which I already took out and was trying to find a replacement. And I'm going to get Sean to zoom in closely. But it kind of looks like a number 1 off a typewriter. So we have play and, oops. So we have some play, right? It shouldn't have that groove in it. And that's from over the years, the gear banging when it turns, right? So there's movement in it. We did find some on the Samba at a reasonable price. So we've ordered those and they're in the mail. So at least we're going to replace that Woodruff key at this time. And we're going to clean up all the face, reseal, and put it together. Now, while I'm still explaining this part here, there's a point of I guess, cross-contamination that can happen. So on this divider plate, there's 2 seals. So this shaft, it's actually 2 seals in there, one on each side, sealing your ATF from your oil. Okay, so when you rebuild this, it's not a bad idea, obviously, to put new seals in. Keep your oil where your oil belongs, keep your ATF where your ATF belongs. Okay, so that was our gear pump essentially in pieces, but we're also going to remove the body. Now, I just complained about people using screwdrivers and damaging the surfaces of their nicely machined metal, and that causes leaks, right? So what you need to get yourself is a little oil pump puller. Basically, this T just fits in your galleyways there, so where the oil will run. You attach this big bracket securely to the body, and I'm avoiding any machined face. You take a 19 mil, which this nut is, and just tighten it, and that will pull. You can see how easily it's pulling the body out. If Sean comes down and takes a look in, you can see the end of the cam has the slot. That's what's driving our pump. So as the cam turns, it is turning both mechanical pump for our ATF and our oil. All right, so we're waiting on that Woodruff key. It's just been mailed to us by snail mail, so it's gonna take a few days. But what we're gonna do, clean off that seal, clean all our parts and put it back together. We're not gonna worry about that wear at this time. As I said, we're trying to do this in the cheap right now. We're just trying to get the Beetle back on the road. That's not gonna cause failure at this point in time. There's quite a bit left there, but it is something I will pay attention to when we do a full engine rebuild. But anyhow, this is how it goes, obviously, back together. We have our gears, our plate. There's locating pins for that, our 2 gears for our ATF, and cover plate. Again, there's locating pins. So we're gonna go ahead, get that all cleaned, sealed, back together, and on the engine. That's your automatic stick shift oil pump and ATF fluid pump. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you out there.